All right, this is a talk through of VIR Grand West. I'll do another one for VIR Full. It's iRacing with the TDI, front wheel drive. Probably a faster and better braking than what we have, but should be similar. All right, a couple notes about VIR. VIR is very technical, elevation changes, varying radiuses on the turns. Also very fast. A lot of places you can go triple digits even in our car. Also a lot of combinations, so turns that lead into other turns that lead into other turns. It's a great way to get in right on the first turn and really set yourself up, or get in wrong on the first turn and really mess yourself up. Also, there's a lot of uphill and downhill elevation change, right? So uphill, great for braking. Downhill, little tough for turning. The car wants to step out from behind you. And last, are some dangerous places with metal and high speed, and so we'll talk about those. All right. Going down the front straight, pit road off to the right, past the start-finish line, and we're going to head into turn one. Get on the brakes hard. Don't turn in right away. Get out to the edge of the pavement and then turn in, kind of into the curbing apex, and then gradually unwind so you track out at the end of the curbing on the outside. Back over to the right and turn in. Now, if you look, this turn is kind of just a big, long, sweeping radius, but you're going to need to brake. You won't be able to carry that much speed through it. So you kind of need to make a straight. Just straighten out the wheel, tap the brake, and then get into the turn. Timing and rhythm is really important so you don't get all slidey and loose. So straighten out the wheel, tap of the brake, and then turn in. Next turn, really slow, on the brakes hard, and you're going to hang to the left rather than track out because you want to be set up for the next set of turns. Into the right, you got another turn to the right, and you want to get this one right because it leads into several other turns. So if you have to lift a little, tap the brake, whatever, slow in, fast out, and get this first turn right, and you'll be set up to just lay on the throttle and cruise through these next little S's. Now on VIR Grand, they block off this section of track and we're going to take a left. Brake hard and go uphill. Don't, again, go right into the curbing. Go in about mid-track and work your way into apex at the curbing. On the left side, then on the right side, and now we're going uphill. And I paused it. Just right behind the A-pillar there on the car is a flag station. Something to be aware of. A lot of uphill places, they've got a flag station perched right there so you can see if it's waving yellow before you go through the turn to know whether you need to slow down or not. Something to be very mindful of. Also, this turn you can go through pretty quick. You may lift a little or tap the brakes, but you're going to get over to the left pretty quick. But here comes on the brakes hard because another kind of stop there in the track. Now, you don't turn right in again at the curbing, right? You go out a little ways towards the cone and then you turn in, and that's going to flatten out your entry, and you're set up very nicely for a little slalom here. Left, and right, and away you go. Now, downhill, you can see we got another uphill braking zone. So on the brakes hard, you want to be off the brakes before you get over the hill. You don't want to be braking and turning and going downhill all at the same time, or you're just going to slide. So brake hard, off the brakes, into the left. And into the right. You're going to get a tap of the brakes here, and then in to the left again, and then track out hard on the throttle. All right, now the turn in here, brake hard. You're going to see right where the two different areas of asphalt meet. There's a road that goes off and then a road that turns off to the right. Where that asphalt meets is really your turn in, and at VIR it really does look like that. There is a different coloring there. So you get to that little corner, turn in, apex to the right, track out to the left, and on the throttle. Next turn's really fast, but it also drops away. So you don't want to lift throttle mid-turn. If you do, the tail's going to get loose and you're going to spin. And if you look out the driver's window, that green line is metal barrier. Great way to wreck the car. So if you need to lift the throttle or tap the brake before getting into it, do it. Because once you're in the turn, you do not lift the throttle. Stay to the left, track out, you're good. Brake hard. Now this is the oak tree. There's really two sections. There's a smaller radius turn and then a really tight turn by that oak tree off to the right. So Brake hard, turn in, and again, you're going to kind of make a straight here. Brake hard, and then turn in to the right, and you're on the big long back straight. It's huge. You'll have time to update your Twitter status, your Facebook status, you know, check out news stories of the day on Yahoo. All right, but you'll notice it's going uphill and you can't see the other side. Off to the left is this corner worker station. Make sure you're checking for a yellow flag or something to warn you if there's a problem. All right, another uphill braking. You're going to be hard on the brakes. Get to the left edge of the track, and then you're going to brake again here. And on this right-hand turn, you want to make sure you make it into the apex on the right. If you go really wide on here, the asphalt tends to kind of drop away, and you don't have any camber, and your car is just going to slide off the track. So make sure, again, slow in, make it into the apex, and then you can just lay on the throttle on your way coming out. Nice downhill, sweep over to the left. Now, where the dirt ends here to the right, you really want to tap the brakes and then get in. Now, this is another kind of combination. It's called the hog pen. You've got a right-hand turn that goes to another right-hand turn. This first one, you can go fast enough to shoot yourself off the track and not make the second one. So really the point here is to get as much speed, but get as well set up so you can go into the next turn under control. So into the right, and then into the right again. This is where you're going to pick up your speed coming onto the straight. And foot to the floor, away you go. Now I'm going to go ahead, pause this, rewind it, and switch it over to give you kind of the external view. Down the front straight, into turn one, brake hard, into the inside edge, and you gradually wind out to the outside edge. Then back over to the right for the left-hand turn. Make a straight, brake, and then turn to the left again. That one's called NASCAR turn because all the NASCAR drivers drive off the course there. Slow turn, brake hard, stay to the left, and then to the right, and then you want to be set up properly for this turn so that all the other turns are nice and easy. All right, here's where it kind of blocks off the track and you go into the infield, brake hard, and again you enter kind of mid-track and then bring it into the apex, track back out. Into the right, uphill, back over to the left, and now brake hard and go into the slalom. All right, you're going to come downhill and you got a nice little uphill braking zone. Get on the brakes hard, get your braking done before it goes downhill so you can make it into that apex, over to the other side, tap on the brakes, and you're off. All right, brake hard, right where the asphalt, the two different, I guess, colors of asphalt meet, that's your turn in, into the inside curb, and track out wide. And now you've got the left-hander that kind of drops off. Again, if you have to brake to get set up, do it. Just don't lift the throttle once you start that turn because it drops off. Brake hard uphill, turn in, brake hard again, and into the oak tree and down the front straight. Or back straight, really. Really long straight. Give you a good rest. All right, now you got uphill braking. Brake hard. Get parallel to the left edge of the track. Turn to the right, make sure you hit that apex, don't go wide. And turn to the left, and then brake hard, kind of where the dirt ends there. Go the first half of the hog pen, and then nothing but throttle all the way down the straight. And there you go, that's VIR Grand. Watch it a few times, try it out on iRacing. There's a lot of turns in there to remember, but again, slow in, fast out.